The performing Abia State Governor, Dr. Otti, has announced plans to establish a seaport in the state. The project, which will be located in Awaza, Ukwa East LGA, Abia State. The governor made this announcement at the ongoing Southeast Security Summit in Imo State. He also announced that the flag-off of the seaport will be done together with the Abia Industrial and Innovation Park, located on over 1,000 acres of land. It will host multiple layers of businesses, including modular refineries and petrochemical and fertilizers plants. He also reviewed several other chains of enterprise that will take advantage of the oil and gas deposits in Ukwa, Abia, and Port Harcourt cities. The government had already secured the support of a major stakeholder to build an innovation and incubation center within the park. The facility will train and expose young minds to the best tools and platform for their trade. He said the Innovation and Incubation Center will specifically benefit university students, graduates, and startups in several ways. Speaking further at the event, the governor said as a political leaders, they must set the pace by identifying investment opportunities within their domain and commit adequate public resources to motivate private sectors. We must lead the way, and there are a lot of opportunities are waiting to be harnessed in oil and gas, hospitality, transportation, education, and so much more, he added. He said while it may make sense to say that government has no business being in business, it is also factual to say that without government direction and commitment, no business will remain in business for a long time. Otti advised that government must intervene directly in business when necessary. According to him, United States spend $28 to $30 billion annually to subsidize agriculture and keep over 600,000 farmers at work. Speaking at the 74th independence anniversary of the People's Republic of China, Abia State Governor Mr. Otti said the state must need the support of both the Chinese government and their investors. Otti also said both the park and the proposed seaport will be ready in 24 months as the funding for the project are ready. He disclosed that the port will serve exporters as an export processing zone will be created in the park. He stated, "We are setting up a very large innovation of an industrial park, and it promises to be the largest industrial park in Nigeria. The sitting of the industrial park in Awaza is because of the presence of oil and gas in the area. By the time the park is up and running, we will have 24 hours of power supply. Then we will be ready to go to work. There will be a modular refinery. The best decision has been made, and of course, there will be industrial and manufacturing activities in addition to the residential part of the park. So it's a very big project. Interestingly, virtually all the money required to set up the park is now ready. So those are some of the projects we are working on now. Awaza is about 25 miles to the Atlantic Ocean. So we believe that with a little dredging, it will be part of the facility of the industrial park. The seaport will have access to an export processing zone and is going to be a free trade zone. We have a timeline of 24 months. Without seaport, many components of market systems will fail. Nigeria needs to have more of these critical infrastructures to advance shared prosperity and the wealth of our nation. Otti, governor of Abia State, is hell-bent on establishing a deep seaport at the Awaza community in Ukwa West LGA of Abia State. As a prelude to establishing this deep seaport, it gladdens the heart of the people in the state who were anxious to see such a great project. Otti, described as an electric politician in political circles in the state, performed a groundbreaking ceremony of the Abia Industrial Innovation Park in Awaza and an oil-bearing community. Amidst a large turnout of people from the state and other neighboring states, officials of Shell Petroleum Development Company, Total Energies Limited, and the Oil and Gas Free Zone Authority, and partners in the multi-billion naira Awaza Deep Seaport project, we are said to have been much on ground to witness the flag-off of the AIIP and the Awaza Deep Sea project by Governor Otti. SPDC and key partners to the Awaza Deep Seaport project in Abia State expressed their commitment to the realization of the project. The proposed AIIP at Awaza community, according to an insider, is expected to sit on over 1,000 acres of land and expected to accommodate a technology information center, ICT, a modern vehicle assembly plant, power generating plant, a liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, manufacturing plant, and compressed natural gas plant. The Awaza Industrial Park is also expected to house tank farm, haulage and warehouse facilities. This is in addition to an agricultural storage and processing facility, a 5-star hotel, and a carbon natural residential estate. Given an insider information, an elated Otti who could not hide his feelings has said that the AIIP to be located in Awaza community was meticulously conceived by his administration to serve as a launch pad for the AIIP for the state's economic rejuvenation, leveraging on the many advantages its location, including but not limited to the oil and gas deposit, nearness to the commercial cities of Abia and Port Harcourt, including abundance of skilled labor and secured environment for a smooth and uninterrupted production and other industrial activities in the state. The Abia State electric politician was said to have assured the people who had trooped out in their thousands to witness the groundbreaking ceremony of the AIIP project at the sleepy Awaza community that the state government shall keep to its part of the bargain by delivering on the Awaza Deep Port project. He did not stop there. He had said that the Abia State government shall also work closely with the experts and the industry regulators to set up the guidelines that drastically minimize much damage to the environment. Greg Ibe, a professor and founder of Gregory University Uturu, Abia State, has said developing a seaport in the southeast region of Nigeria will decongest Lagos port as well as deepen the economy of the region. He urged the federal government to support Abia State government in its quest to develop a seaport in Abia State, known as the Slave Seaport, which according to him has one of the deepest shoreline in Nigeria. Ibe, who spoke with journalists during a visit to the university, commended the Federal Ministry of Transport for utilizing the Onitsha Seaport, noting that it will reduce pressure on Lagos Seaport and cost of transporting goods to the southeast region. Seaport will actually improve our economy. Assuming we have a seaport here, ships will be coming in bringing aviation fuel. People will start developing tank farms. Those tank farms will create jobs for our people, especially the youth. Everywhere will change and the economy will grow. Companies will come in, housing estate will rise, and life will be more reasonable, he stated. And yes, that's the truth. With the Lagos port now perpetually suffering congestion and lack of accessibility, importers and manufacturers are calling for development of ports in other parts of the country. Aside Lagos port, other seaports in Nigeria are underdeveloped and underutilized. Several factors are responsible for this. When building a seaport, the promoters consider the city's market site, the depth of the water channels, and accessibility. It was on the basis of the parameters that the Southeast Chamber of Commerce in Industry, Mines, and Agriculture called for the greater synergy among the Southeast governors to develop seaports capable of enhancing development in the state. The president of SESEMA, Udabala, said that the development of seaport will not only boost the economy of the area, but will attract foreign investors. The port in the region, if developed, will be utilized to import and export goods at affordable rates rather than going through the stress of Lagos Seaport, he said. Proponents of a seaport in the southeast region of the country hold that the region is home to more half of the country's trade, with Lagos ports over-congested, causing the nation economic losses in billions of naira daily. Eastern ports could provide a viable alternative by redesigning them as free trade ports, according to the Onitsha River Port, which was built in 1983 by the Presidential Shagari and administration. Even pre-independence, the southeastern people of Nigeria that are majorly called the Igbos, they were seen as traders, as people of commerce. These were the traits, these were the aspects that they economically have advantage over other part of the country. That is why when you look at Nigeria today, you will find in every nook and cranny of the country, Igbos who are dealing in one businesses or the other, either in large scale or in petty trade. The reason why they are scattered, they are dispersed in every part of the country is because they are looking for an environment that will help to boost their trade. It is needful to say that after decades of independence, the only functional seaport that Nigeria has is the Lagos State Seaport, of which over the years manufacturers has decried the congestion that has occurred in the Lagos State Seaport, which have seen them spend huge amount of money in clearing their goods. Now, this huge amount of money that they spent in clearing their goods, they are being put in the price of goods, of which the final consumers bear the brunt of it. Nigeria today is lamenting the high inflation that has ravaged every part of the country. And for us to fix this, we must look at the root cause of it. And one of the root cause of this thing is what? The price of importing goods into the country. It's not that Nigeria does not have seas where ships can be berthed. But the problem is that Nigeria has just one functioning seaport, which is the Lagos Seaport. And this is not helping the economy at all. Now, look at the Southeast region. The Southeast that is known for its trade, and they have one of the highest importers and the manufacturers of goods. They don't have a functional seaport. The Onitsha Seaport is not functioning very well. Even the Port Harcourt Seaport is not functioning very well. And that is why every importation takes place at the Lagos Seaport. So for these things to change, there must be a creation of seaports all over the country. That is why they thought about the seaport that is being done by the Abia State government in Abia State should be supported by all and sundry, especially the federal government. This will help to boost trade and economies in the southern region. There is a lot of complaint that has been going on that the federal government is deliberately sabotaging the economy of the Southeast by not providing them with a functional seaport. We are not even talking about international airport, but just a seaport. If the federal government want to tell me that they are not deliberately sabotaging the economy of the Southeast, then what they need to do is to ensure that they support the Abia State government to ensure that the seaport that is being established in Abia State see the light of the day. It comes into fruition. And again, it shouldn't end there. They should also look at the Onitsha Seaport and ensure that that is also functioning. And the Lagos Seaport should also be open. The Calabar Seaport should also be open. The Warri Seaport should also be open. There should be seaport that is scattered all over the country. This will boost trade. This will boost our economy. There is no need why Nigeria should be crying of inflation. There is no need why Nigeria should be going through economic woes. We have the numbers. We have the human resources. All we need is just the government policies, the government will to turn around this whole thing for the betterment of the people. And that is what the president of Bola Ahmed Tinubu should see to it. It is not just about going around looking for investors. Have you created the environment to ensure that these investors are comfortable in Nigeria? This seaport that Abia State government is talking about should be supported by all and sundry. And whatever that will make this seaport not to see the light of the day will be seen as economic sabotage. Kudos to the Abia State government for this huge initiative. And I want to hope that other state governors, especially those from the Southeast, are keen into this initiative, because with the seaport in Abia State is going to have a spiral effect in every other state in the Southeast. Is the economic boom that is going to occur in Abia State is going to have a spiral effect in other states of the southeastern region. And I hope they are also keen into it. Hope Uzodinma, Charles Soludo, the Ebonyi State governors, every one of them should be on board to ensure that this seaport comes to fruition. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Ensure you like, subscribe, drop your comment reaction in the comment box. See you in the next video.